What is up, guys? It's your man Jay back with another video, and I know it's been a minute since I put up anything, but I've been focusing on my other channel, which I will shout out on this channel. I don't do that very often, but I do have a car channel. I've had it for quite some time. It's still Jay Williams. It's just all my cars over there, and currently I'm working on a new build, which is my truck. So go check that out if you haven't already done so. The link is always down below. And I think if you want to break from tech for a little bit, from my tech, you can go join me on my car channel and enjoy things over there with me. So remember, hit that link down below. So, Xiaomi. I've been a fan of Xiaomi for so long. It's incredible. And I think I've been rocking with them for more than 10 years, or at least 10 years. I've been reviewing their devices. I've always been in awe of their hardware over hardware that's offered in the US. I've always been impressed with the software experience. And back then, everything was, people were kind of lopsided and one-sided, kind of writing Xiaomi off and all these other companies like Huawei. But at least Huawei got a chance to make their mark in the US. Now, while that was short-lived, Xiaomi never really even, I don't even think they need to try, because when you start to compare, people love to compare companies like, oh, Apple's the biggest, Samsung's the biggest, but the United States is like this big, folks. So when you go outside of that and you look at how big other companies actually are, you'd be amazed. And they're just as profitable, if not more profitable, and getting a consumer the products that are going to work for them. So, wow, I'm impressed with what Xiaomi is doing with their 12 lineup. I do have a Mi 11 Lite. It is absolutely fantastic. And, my focus is not so much on the big phones all the time. I'm one that, and I know that the 12S Ultra is the one that's most intriguing to me. But again, having a small compact device has always been a thing of mine. It's always going to be a thing of mine. It's for tons of reasons. I don't need to get into that. But the results are that Xiaomi has released several different devices. And the funny part is they have pretty much all the same display, 6.73 inches. So the difference comes down to battery resolution and cameras. From just a broad, big circle, just putting it all together, that's ultimately what you're going to get, is a difference in battery, screen resolution, and cameras. Now, to me, companies do it wrong sometimes. I don't know why they just won't make different sizes and make them all the same resolution and all the same battery, but taking into consideration the size of the device. How this is such a fail from companies, I just don't get it. I don't understand why they feel the need to drop the resolution instead of just giving all the options in different sizes. They could probably sell so much more. But Xiaomi, like every other company, is bringing out these devices, same size screens, different resolutions, different batteries, different cameras. Now, the 12S Ultra is super intriguing to me because it's a big phone, but it's not too big. You can handle it. And it has the highest resolution and the highest camera output and the biggest battery. I think it does, yeah. 4860 or something like that. I'm surprised that it doesn't. I'm surprised that none of these have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, because it's totally possible. Xiaomi was putting big batteries. They've always put big batteries in their devices prior to every other company I've seen. Back in the day on those $100 devices, they might have had a 2,800 milliamp hour battery, or a 3,000 or more milliamp hour battery, or 4,000. And the thickness was still the same. It was thin, it's sleek, and you can fit a big battery in there. Some try to argue that there's more tech inside, so they can't do it. Folks, don't believe the hype. They can definitely put bigger batteries in here. But the 12S Ultra, probably the one that people flock to. And for me, to me, it's the logical choice if I'm going to lay all these out on the table. I don't want a smaller battery if I don't have to have one. And they're not that far off in price. But if you try to buy now, you're going to pay a hefty price if you try to find it at some retailers. I'm not going to promote these retailers. You do your own research. But you're going to pay a heftier price now because it's brand new. All the people who you see doing reviews on them, basically first impressions, overviews, they obviously didn't buy these devices because they're not they're for sale, but they're not for sale. And they have their units way beforehand anyway. Or they went to the launch event. I like to see people go to the launch events. Creators go to launch events and watch their experience real time right there. But nonetheless, Xiaomi is kind of, companies now are focusing on cameras. This seems to be the main focus for companies now, cameras, because we're in a social media age and everybody's recording everything. So my thoughts on these devices, I wish it would have had, the devices all would have had 5,000 milliamp hour batteries, because there's no reason not to. Keep the resolutions the same. Okay, change the cameras. Okay, yeah, give different camera options, or keep the camera options the same. Just reduce the footprint in each one at some way or another. Because 6.73 inches across the board, it doesn't give the customers much options. They're implying that every customer wants a 6.7 inch display on their device, and that's not too big or not too small, which is inaccurate. People like small phones. Everyone doesn't want a phone that's 6.7 inches. So I'm excited for the 12S Ultra. And that'll probably be the way I go if I decide to buy this device. But the other versions of the device with the lower resolutions for the lower price on the screen, I don't think they're going to give a bad experience at all. This is why I don't understand why I think all of these devices are 6.73 inches. Really don't understand what the purpose of that was, but I think I'll probably try the once the pricing is right. These phones, all these phones should be 900 or less. Now, I'm not saying that. I think that's what the prices convert to, where all the phones are between 600 and 900, I believe, which is totally worth it. There's just that initial tax from companies trying to get more out of you up front because they know you might want it. Like the S12 or the 12S Ultra, it's like $1,200 right now, starting point, which I think is, again, that's that U.S. market just trying to suck money out of people. So wait it out. You don't have to be first. And if you see creators buying this device, some creators might buy them, but a lot of creators don't buy them. They're just giving the device on a test run. Try not to fall in too quick. If you're a tech enthusiast, you really don't care. You probably don't even have a budget. I technically don't have a budget anymore. I used to set a budget at the beginning when doing creation, but like 16 years in now, believe it or not, going on 17, I believe. 16 years in, obviously the budget can go away, because, I'm doing better as far as the tech side goes, to keep filtering devices through. But price still shouldn't dictate whether a phone is good or not, or is a great device. But, it just comes down to what people think value is to themselves. And these Xiaomi devices are packed pretty tightly. They offer a whole bunch compared to the U.S. market. And I think it's pretty much always been that you can get a better device outside of the U.S., but you have to go get it. And, I think it's unfortunate that the U.S. blocks all these companies that are pretty much better than them in every way, just about. And I think it's unfortunate that they do that because it really stops the natural flow of the growth that we could get as consumers for things to be better for us, and we're getting more for our money, which then leads to goods and services, because that's really what the world is about now, goods and services. Like, I'll sell you this product, but now I'm going to make you pay a monthly subscription for it to work. And I believe that eventually that's how it's going to be, like indefinitely. You're going to be able to buy something, but you're going to have to insert your credit card to activate it, period, and it stays there locked, and you just pay that monthly that way, just to get it to work. And technically, you're doing it with a cell phone bill, but I mean, like, for you to get the full experience of a device, you're going to need to pay for it, unfortunately. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Quick discussion. Again, I know it's been a minute since I posted something, but I've just been focused on my car channel lately. So I do have tech things coming. You know how it is with tech. It's going to heat up. It's going to be an influx of tech stuff. So be ready for it. We're only in July of 2022. And if you follow tech, there's all these waves of downsides. So you see creators doing things that have nothing to do with what they're related to their channel technically, but tech is tech. And I'm all about smartphones, and so hopefully I will be able to bring you one of these devices. There's the 12S, the 12 Pro, the 12S Ultra. There's a slew of them out there, and they pretty much, again, have the same internals as far as processing power. So you'll have to determine which screen resolution you want and which battery size you want and which camera you want. Kind of strange. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.